All right, that was R. Kelly. Heaven, I Need a Hug. All right, you know what's happening in Myron radio show. You know that song was just in my spirit.
It was in your spirit.
Yeah, it was just in my spirit, and I thought that I'd play it to just kind of get everybody else where I am. Sometimes you just get where you just need a hug
from heaven.
From heaven, exactly. Sometimes heaven is and God is the only somebody who can help you. And stuff too, you know what I mean?
Somebody needed to do some laying of the hands on R. Kelly.
Oh man, I don't even know where to start, but of course, this has been out for a little over a week and everything. Now, of course, you definitely have been under a big rock if you have no idea what's going on with R. Kelly these days. But just in case you found yourself under that rock, R. Kelly has been accused of having a sex cult going on at his house. And apparently, according to reports of one girl's parents, he has like 6 or so women like held hostage, quote unquote, in his house and will not let them go, and he's brainwashing them.
Unbelievable.
And it's like, wow, this sounds like a spoof or a parody of something, you know what I mean? But
it's unreal.
But this is like some real reports and real stuff going on and everything. And I'm watching the news and I'm watching this girl's parents and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And apparently she's, she went off to college and didn't come back. She ended up at R. Kelly's house, and that's where she's been.
Well, there's more to it. So apparently when all this started, her mother was there with her. Mm-hmm. Right. And her mother was there. They were recording, and she said that it seemed like he was very nice and respectful, and that, the rumors were unfounded. He, behaved in an up and up fashion. And when she said, okay, well, I can go ahead and go, she's going to be okay. That's when things started to change. The amount of time she got to talk to her daughter got fewer and fewer, longer distance of time between it. And now they have gotten to the point where it was like 5 or 6 months and they hadn't heard from her, even though they were reaching out.
Let me shine a little light on everything.
Here we go.
R. Kelly's music is like, just brilliant. He's a brilliant songwriter, and he's very talented. That's maybe a little twisted, but he's very, very talented, and I give him that. And this whole Pied Piper thing that
the Pied Piper Barbie.
Yeah, let's just talk about the Pied Piper thing.
I never even thought about that. He calls himself that.
Because it's like, I always thought that was just a little disturbing, that he would call himself that, because, the real Pied Piper basically,
lured children.
He lured children. And then when the first little thing happened with the little girl in the waterworks, I automatically thought, oh man, the Pied Piper thing came up, right?
Oh my goodness.
And it's like, now I'm thinking, wow, the Pied Piper thing comes up again. So it's almost like it gets more and more disturbing
each time,
because there's a different dynamic. And, for somebody to call themselves that, and now he's being accused of actually, that. But here's the thing that really stood out to me, and I'm not prosecuting anybody. I'm just Myron on the radio. But when the girl got on TMZ and was talking about I'm not being held against my will, mm-hmm. and all of that stuff, and and Harvey was like asking her, so you can leave anytime you want to. And then she said, I don't really want to talk about that right now.
Yeah.
So it's almost
twice.
Yeah, she did it twice. And I'm like, okay, something is up, because if I could leave anytime I want to leave, I would be doing that interview from outside.
Not in a hotel room, because that was clearly a hotel room.
I would be doing that interview on Facebook Live in the car on the expressway with me driving.
Something.
You know what I'm saying? So, for her to say, I don't want to talk about that, that was disturbing.
Yeah. So that definitely made me feel kind of like there was something more going on, but also, her voice. So her voice was very shaky. It was the way your voice is, like when you're a little kid and you get a whooping and you trying to talk after the whooping and your voice is shaky. It's the way it is when somebody is threatening you in some kind of way and you're trying to make sure you say the right thing, but you're nervous. It was like that kind of shaky. Or you trying to explain to your mama and daddy why you just coming into their house at 3 a.m. and you only 16, like that kind of shaky. Like that's how her voice was. So there was definitely, I think, more behind this than we know. And her parents have said that there's more details that they know that they are planning to release over time to prove that their daughter is being held against her will.
It almost makes you wonder, while she was doing that interview, who was in the room?
Yes, I thought about that too.
You know what I mean?
I thought about that as well.
Who was in the room with her, like watching her and giving her like mean looks, and I'm convinced that was happening, And as outrageous as this whole thing sounds, of course, R. Kelly's gonna, deny it. Nobody's gonna be like, yeah, okay, y'all right, y'all got me.
I'm holding them hostage. Ha ha ha. No, that's not gonna happen.
I believe it. And watching the girl on the video, that really makes me, not the first video, the second video. Yeah. And that really makes me believe that, that there's some validity to all of this.
Well, I can say that I definitely believe that there's more than meets the eye, and I'm not trying to be facetious or anything about that. I really think that there's something going on, and I have a hard time believing that 3 women would come together all telling the same story saying get your daughters out of there, because they all said that they felt as if they were brainwashed. They went in there to work, and next thing you know, they're sleeping with him and living with him, and they're like, we don't even know how we did that, and we're grown women, we're in 30 years old and don't know how we got scooped up in this. And so imagine someone younger and more impressionable, they don't know what's happening to them.
Yeah, because I mean, and like you just say, you get 3 people to basically say the same thing. That's why I try not to date people who know each other.
You shouldn't do that anyway. That's just poor taste.
Memphis is a small city.
Okay, it's small, but widen your circle.
Anyway, moving on. I literally cannot make a joke about any of this right now. Although I had a whole big bag of jokes that I was going to make. I can't even make the jokes now. Actually, this whole story is just really disturbing.
It is disturbing.
You're listening to the What's Happening Myron Radio Show.